Conventional wisdom says the graying LX platform should have been put out to pasture years ago. The architecture that underpins the Dodge Charger dates back to the halcyon pre-recession days, when Chrysler had access to the Daimler parts bin and a niche to capitalize on its performance heritage. It's an anachronism in a rapidly modernizing world. And that's a huge part of its appeal. As the auto industry slouches towards Bethlehem, Dodge continues to mostly ignore talk of electrification and autonomous tech in favor of a screaming burnout. Hence the glorious existence of the 2020 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Widebody, in which the company's taken one of the last classic sedans left in America and doubled down on its muscle car heritage with fat hips and heaps of grip. It's clear the Widebody is squarely in line with Dodge's plan to squeeze every last ounce of potential out of that 15-year-old platform. One thing we heard loud and clear from our fans was that they felt like the Challenger was getting more love than the Charger. We wanted to rectify that, Dodge's senior manager of sales operations Jeff Strauss said, sitting in the paddocks at California Sonoma Raceway last week. So after debuting on the 840 horsepower Challenger SRT Demon and spreading through the Challenger lineup, the Widebody package now makes the jump to Dodge's four-door. Thing is, it's working. They're not all Scat Packs and Hellcats, but the Charger is up 20% in year-to-date sales, making it the only Dodge model besides the Durango in the black for 2019. Although the changes wrought by the Widebody kit aren't wholly unpredictable, they bring some interesting new elements to the fore in Dodge's performance sedan, going beyond curb appeal to improve performance without sacrificing drivability or comfort. The 2020 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Widebody, by the numbers. Base price, $69,645. Powertrain, 6.2-liter supercharged V8/707 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, 650 lb-ft of torque at 4,800 RPM/8-speed automatic/rear-wheel drive. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 3.6 seconds. Top speed, 196 miles per hour. Weight distribution, 56%, front/44%, rear. Curb weight, 4,586 pounds. Quick take, the Charger Widebody is hilarious fun, a wild take on an old form that falls shy of transformative. Moving the needle. Now standard on all Charger SRT Hellcat models and optional the Charger R/T Scat Pack, the Widebody treatment extends the car's already significant width by 3.5 inches in total in order to accommodate new 20x11-inch wheels shod in 305mm 3-season Pirelli P0 rubber at all four corners. But the package brings with it more than just flares and stretched-out rollers. To help make better use of the newfound grip, SRT also applied some tweaks to the suspension. The front springs are now 32% stiffer, the sway bars see an increase in diameter, from 32mm to 34mm up front, and 19mm to 22mm in the rear, and the 3-mode Bilstein adaptive dampers get revised valving. The Widebody package also brings a new EPS steering system into the fold with selectable steering weight. Unlike the Challenger, Charger Widebodies also receive unique front and rear fascias that do a better job of blending into the fender flares, resulting in a substantially more cohesive look for the sedan. The rest of the Hellcat goodies carry over from last year's narrow-bodied car, but that ain't much to scoff at. A 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 provides a still hair-raising 707 horsepower and 650 lb-ft for those brave enough to keep their foot in it, churning the rear wheels through a ZF-sourced 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters. To rein things in, 6-piston Brembo calipers clamp down on 15.4-inch two-piece rotors up front while 4-piston units are paired with 13.8-inch discs at the rear. Drive modes are accessed via the 8.4-inch touchscreen infotainment display, still serving up that snappy Uconnect software, with street serving as the default mode while the sport and track modes up the ante for suspension stiffness, steering effort, and transmission behavior while also weakening the reign of the traction control system accordingly. A custom mode allows the driver to manually configure things and choose their own adventure. On the road. Dodge's modern muscle cars have always been a step or two behind the Ford Mustang and Chevrolet Camaro in terms of handling, but they've made up for some of that with their ability to comfortably eat up a ton of miles at high speed. The Charger Widebody is no exception, but that wasn't a guarantee. Thing is, wide tires like these Pirellis tend to come with some compromises. Head down the highway in, say, a Mustang Shelby GT350R and you'll immediately notice the car tramlining as it encounters various features in the pavement. While all that grip pays dividends at the track, it can make for a nervous front end out on the road, where the car will be used the majority of the time. Yet the Charger Widebody manages to make virtually no compromises versus the outgoing narrow-bodied car here. On the road. Dodge's modern muscle cars have always been a step or two behind the Ford Mustang and Chevrolet Camaro in terms of handling, but they've made up for some of that with their ability to comfortably eat up a ton of miles at high speed. The Charger Widebody is no exception, but that wasn't a guarantee. Thing is, wide tires like these Pirellis tend to come with some compromises. Head down the highway in, say, a Mustang Shelby GT350R and you'll immediately notice the car tramlining as it encounters various features in the pavement. While all that grip pays dividends at the track, it can make for a nervous front end out on the road, where the car will be used the majority of the time. Yet the Charger Widebody manages to make virtually no compromises versus the outgoing narrow-bodied car here.